Find a comfortable laying position on your back. This can be with your knees bent, feet flat on the floor. Maybe you extend both the arms and the legs. Wherever you are, find a comfortable space, close the eyes, and check in with your breath. Today's flow is all about spinal mobility, spinal fluidity, and I read a quote earlier that I feel is perfect for today's flow. And it said, "Fixation is the way to death, fluidity is the way to life." And I found this really cool because that statement applies to both our bodies and our mind. So as you practice today, or as you set an intention now, I encourage you to be an observer to your thoughts throughout the practice. Be an observer to what comes up in the mind as you move your body, and start to become aware of the connection between the two. When you're ready, take a big inhale through the nose. Pause for a second at the top and then open the mouth, sigh it out. Wherever you are, bring the knees into the chest. Hug the shins, gently pulling your knees towards your body. And then release the feet, keeping the knees bent, bringing the feet flat onto the mat. Keep your feet a little bit away from your bottom. And then take the right foot, grasp it in the left hand, bringing it close to your left glute, and then let your right knee drop out and down to the mat. So finding a really gentle stretch through the front of the right hip flexor here. Maybe you take this really passively, or maybe you really actively try to draw the right knee down to the ground, intensifying the stretch. When you've had enough, release the right foot and come back to your laying position, both feet flat on the floor. Taking it over to the other side, bring the left foot by the right glute, grabbing your left foot in your right hand, and drop the left knee down towards the mat. Take one more breath here. And then come back to both feet flat on the floor. From here, lift both feet up to the ceiling. Flex the feet, make the toes bright, coming into waterfall pose. And then take a few ankle circles in one direction and in the other direction. And once again, bend the knees, hug the shins, round the spine, and take a few rock and rolls. So just waking up the back body here. When you're ready, roll all the way forward and find your way into a forward fold. This is our first one, so really bend the knees as much as you need. Stomach melts over the thighs, head gets really heavy. And take whatever movement feels good for you here. Maybe that's a side-to-side sway, maybe grabbing opposite elbows, like ragdoll pose. Take another scan of your body, just checking in with how you're feeling today. And then find your way back to center. Ground down through the feet, bend the knees, and begin to roll up one vertebra at a time, coming all the way up to standing. On an inhale, open the heart, swim the arms back and up overhead. Inhale, grow tall, and then exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Once again, bend the knees, rolling up one vertebra at a time. Inhale the arms up overhead. And then exhale, forward fold. Last time here, roll all the way up to standing. Inhale the arms up overhead. And exhale to fold. From here, plant the hands, step the feet back, coming into high plank. Take a moment here to draw the ribs in, activate the core, and then take the shoulders slightly forward. Keep the elbows tucked in as you lower all the way down to the mat. Untuck the toes, coming onto the tops of the feet, and then using your back body strength, lift the head and the shoulders up, coming into cobra pose. See if you can lift just a little bit higher, and on your next exhale, lower down to the mat. From here, push through the hands as you send the hips all the way back, finding child's pose. As you breathe, send space into the hips, into the low back. Again, maybe you find a little bit of movement side to side if that feels good for you. And then from here, begin to walk the fingers forward, dropping the armpits and maybe the chin down to the mat, finding our way into puppy pose. Hips should stack over the knees here, so hips stay really high. And then maybe you tent the fingers to find a little bit more stretch through the shoulders. Wherever you are, pull yourself all the way forward, coming back onto your stomach. Bring the palms flat to the mat next to your ribs, and once again, use your back body strength, lifting up for cobra. Maybe you stay here, or maybe you pinch the elbows as you hover your hands above the mat. On an exhale, lower back down. Tuck the toes, get strong through the legs, firm through the core as you push all the way up, high plank. From here, send the hips up and back, finding your way into your first down dog. Take a moment to solidify your foundation. Spread the fingers, pedal out the feet. Maybe you shake the head, shake the hips. Try to sink the heels towards the floor. Think about spinning the inner thighs up towards the ceiling. From here, ripple forward one vertebra at a time, coming into high plank. Drop the knees, untuck the toes, and find your way into tabletop. Spread the fingers, shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees, and we'll move into cat and cow. So on an inhale, drop the belly, lift the tailbone, lift the heart for cow pose. And then exhale, round the back, tuck the chin, coming into cat. Inhale, drop the belly, gaze up. Exhale, round the back, chin to chest. One more time. Inhale for cow. And exhale for cat. Find your way back to a neutral spine. And then maybe you take some side to side movement here, so wagging your tail side to side. Or maybe you try to find more of a circular motion with your ribs, imagining that you're going to draw a big circle with your ribs in one direction and then in the other. So really just taking some free movement here, waking up the spine. Take a moment for a little bit of movement exploration, and then find your way back to neutral. From here, tuck the toes, sit the hips back onto your heels, and move your hands a little bit closer, so they're about 6 inches from your knees. From here, we're going to move into cat and cow action, but only using our lumbar spine. So trying to move only our lower back. Think about dropping the belly as you lift your tailbone, and then tuck your tailbone under, almost like a scared dog would tuck his tail. So moving just the bottom of your spine, arch the back, and then tuck the tail. Keep the fingers firmly rooted here, and see if you can really just isolate your lumbar spine. So move with your breath. Take a few at your own pace here. When you've had enough, untuck the toes, walking your hands back out to tabletop. Moving to the top of our spine, we're going to take some scapular push-ups here. So now the focus is on moving just the shoulder blades, keeping your lower back and your core super tight. So drop into your shoulders, trying to pinch your shoulder blades together behind your back, and then press the floor away as you separate your shoulder blades and find a little bit of rounding in the upper back. So keeping the elbows straight here, you want to pinch the shoulder blades together and then push them apart. Sink to pinch them together and push to draw them apart. So again, really just isolating the shoulders, imagining that the rest of the spine is staying straight here. Just move at your own pace. Maybe you try making some circles with your shoulders. Again, really just take a moment here to explore moving the thoracic spine, moving your shoulders. And then find your way back to neutral. From here, spread the left fingers, root through your left hand, and bring the right fingertips to the back of the head. So we don't want to pull on the neck here. Just lightly rest behind your head. Right elbow is out to the side. On an inhale, draw your right elbow down to your left wrist. And then exhale as you twist open to the right, gazing up. Inhale, right elbow to left wrist. And exhale, twist open, gaze up. 2 more times at your own pace. And then come back to center. Taking that same movement on the other side, really take a second to spread the right fingers, ground through the right hand, left fingertips to the back of the head. Inhale, drawing the left elbow to right wrist. And then exhale as you twist open to the left. Inhale as you draw in. And exhale as you twist open. One more here. and come back to center. Take the big toes together, take the knees wide, and then sit back, extending the arms into child's pose. Again, breathe space into the back body here, space into the hips. And then pull yourself all the way forward, coming onto your stomach. From here, take the hands right outside the edge of your mat. Spread the fingers and keep the elbows high. Bend the left knee and then start to roll to the right, lifting your left foot up and over your body. So coming into a twist here. Maybe your foot doesn't reach the ground, and that's totally okay. And then bring it back to center. Bend the right knee, roll to the left as you bring your right foot up and over your body. Come back to center. Do that one more time on each side, moving at your pace. So just finding a little bit of a spinal twist here. Be really gentle. And again, your foot might not reach the floor. That is totally okay. When you arrive back at the center, bring your hands in next to your ribs. Once again, tuck the toes, get firm through the legs, strong in the core. Push up to high plank, and then send your hips up and back, finding your down dog. From here, rise up onto the toes. Take tiny tiptoes to the front of your mat, coming into forward fold. On an inhale, bring the fingers to the shins, rise up halfway with a flat back, and then exhale to fold. From here, bend the knees as much as you can, coming all the way down into a seat. And then rolling all the way down, coming to your back. From here, draw both knees into the chest. And then grab the right shin as you extend the left leg straight down to the floor. Bring the right hand straight out to the right, palm faces up. And then with your left hand, bring your right shin up and over your body, coming into supine spinal twist. So gaze is at the right fingers. Imagining that both shoulders will melt down to the mat. With each exhale, try to sink a little bit deeper. Find a little bit more ease in your pose. When you're ready, slowly come back to center. Take a moment to draw both knees into the chest. And then keep hold of the left shin as you extend the right leg down to the mat. Left arm extends out to the side. Right hand takes your left leg up and across your body. Gaze is on the left fingers. Once again, aim to keep both shoulders on the floor. If they're not there, that's okay. See if you can sink a little lower with each exhale. When you've had enough, come back to center. Hug both knees into the chest. And then extend your arms and your legs all the way out, finding your way into Shavasana. Tuck the chin a little bit to make the spine long. Let go of your conscious breath. Feel gravity help you sink into your mat as you relax your face. And find your way into stillness. If you're ready to seal in your practice, slowly bring awareness back into your body. Take your time as you roll to one side or another. And finally, find your way to a seat. Bring your hands to heart center. Take a moment to thank yourself for stepping on your mat. And as you step off your mat today, I encourage you to stay conscious of the connection between mind and body, of the interaction between your mind and your body. As always, thank you so much for practicing with me. Namaste.